Hello, guys. Did I throw you off by being on this side of the screen today? I'm throwing myself off. I actually feel like I need to scoot over a little bit that way. But I switched them because I figured out a way to make the project, like the Overcam projection, bigger so you guys can see painting. When I start painting, I'm going to make it bigger and make my face smaller. So yeah, that works for me since I hate being on camera. But I have to be on this side. So normally I'm on the other, whoops, that way, the other side of the screen. Okay, so I'm Amy with Lulu Beam Designs. Welcome to another crafting video, another laser video. If you are joining me, thank you. If you're new, welcome. Please comment and tell me what's going on with you today and where you're watching from. Hello, Sandra. How are you? Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are, which time zone you're in. Someone else has said good morning and I can't see who you are. It just says Facebook user. So I'm actually live in 5 different places today. Super exciting. So like my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, where else? And there's like 3 groups. There's my SVG Clubhouse group, and then I have my makers group and Glowforge file sharers. So I'm live in all those places, which is really awesome because I love how StreamYard lets me do that. But if you're watching from a group and you haven't clicked the little thing that says allow StreamYard permission to share your name or your profile or whatever it says, you have to click that. And if you've already clicked it and it still doesn't let me see your name, I don't know what to tell you. It's a Facebook thing. You might have to like go out and come back in. I'm not really sure. I need to put my glasses on. I've gotten to the point where I can't not wear my glasses anymore. Oh, good. Matt says he loves seeing the design bigger. Very cool. And I have the same problem. I don't like going live. I'm fun in person. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that anybody really loves going live. It's one thing to like pre-record a video, but going live is intimidating, but you know, you just have to do it. It's not a big a deal. Let me kind of scoot it's like I need to scoot this way, but I need to scoot this way because the project needs to go the other way. So anyway, it's weird. But I wanted to show you guys this new file that I just posted to my Etsy shop yesterday. And it is very cool because it comes with this option where you can cut it with your Glowforge without a pass-through door. So don't worry if you have a big laser and you want to cut this all in one piece, that option is in the file too. I have both lasers. I have a Thunder and a Glowforge. So I cut it this way for y'all so you could see that you can do it in 2 pieces. So anyway, you would just put some glue on these inside, like kind of on the inside, and just like push it together and then just wipe whatever excess off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There is an attachment piece that also comes with the file. So like if you're worried that this is not going to be sufficient, this puzzle piece is not going to like hold it together good enough, then there is an attachment that you can add to the back that's like a circle thing and in the center of a circle that's also cut in some different pieces. So that kind of provides a little extra, you know, something in there. I'm going to grab, I should have gotten this out. I think this wood glue. You can use, like, I can use my stick fast, but I'm going to use wood glue to glue the pieces together. I don't know which of these is not clogged. I have multiple things of wood glue, and hopefully one of them is not clogged because they clog really easily. If you work with wood glue, you know. If you have a tip to not have your wood glue clog, then please give me your tips and tricks. Hey, oh Lord, my cat's going to start howling here and making all kinds of weird noises. Hold on, let me move him. He makes the worst noises if he's getting sick. Come here, kitty. Come here. Come on, I know. Hold on, guys. Cool, you're driving. Okay. I'm coming back, y'all. Okay. If you have a cat, if you know, you know. Does anybody have a cat who throws up and makes like demonic noises when he's gonna get sick? Sorry, I know that's not like the nicest, most pleasant thing to talk about, but my husband jokes that he's like you know, possessed by the devil. I know that sounds horrible. I know some people are like, oh, that's a terrible thing to talk about. But that's what he says. It's like, it sounds like, you know, demonic when he starts making his howling noises. So I'm like, oh dear, he's gonna make them while I'm live. We can't have that. So anyway, I just relocated him. So hopefully you won't have to hear that. Yeah, Matt, he does have an upset stomach. I don't know why he does that. We have to take him to my father-in-law's a vet, and we take him once a month to get steroid shots, and he's about due. The steroid shot, for some reason, solves the problem. It's like the only thing that solves the problem. Um, yes, Shannon, I know it just would happen while I'm live. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna glue these together and show y'all if I can get my wood glue to come out. Oh, good, it's not clogged. Yay. All right, so I'm just gonna, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and make this screen do the thing that I was trying to do. There we go. Okay, so now y'all can see the project bigger. That's pretty cool, huh? All right, so I'm gonna kind of put glue, try to stay on camera here, on the edge, like in here. And I'm not gonna put a ton. And I'm gonna probably make a little bit of a mess because I'm not standing over top of it at the angle that I normally would be because I'm live. I'm like sitting down. So just know that I would be probably a lot more meticulous with this and neater if I could see what I'm doing a little bit better. Sorry, I'm not even in camera. So I'm just putting wood glue like kind of down in here a little bit. I could probably take a sponge and like apply this. That might be an easier way to do it. But anyway, I have a friend who has a glow forge. Like I said, I have a glow forge as well, but she has a glow forge that she uses to make door hangers regularly. And I asked her, I'm like, when you do this with the split design, do you put the backer on? Like, do you just leave it like this? Do you feel like that is secure enough? Or do you feel like you need to add that back piece? And she said she doesn't have a problem with it just being like this, just being the puzzle piece. All right, so I'm gonna slide this in here, and there's gonna be some glue that comes through. So I'm just gonna grab a towel, and I'm gonna kind of do this and just push it down in there. Go around, just making sure I can get, oops, and get as much kind of down in that crack as I can. So this measures 18 inches when it's put together. I always make my door hangers 18 inches. I just like that size for a door hanger. All right, now what I'm gonna do is take my clamps and I'm gonna clamp it on that side. So I have a clamp here, if you can see that. And then I'm going to do a clamp on the other side because I need this to dry together. And then I'm going to flip it over, and it's still going to try to come apart on me a little bit, but basically I'm going to, oops, this is not the glue that has that's unclogged. I'm going to try to put just a little extra along here. So kind of let it separate just a little bit. So that when you put it back together, the glue will be like in there. And it'll look like a hot mess, but it's worth it. This just lets y'all make a full-size door hanger if you don't want to use a pass-through or you don't have a pass-through, if you just have a Glowforge Basic. All right, so then I'm going to let that go down in there, and I'm going to take my towel again, and I'm going to kind of do this. Okay, so let's flip that back over. Now, the only thing is, when that lays down, I know that's going to try to stick to my table because it's got glue on the back of it. I'm thinking if I grab a piece of wax paper that I might prevent that from happening. So hold on. Let me do that. So if I was making this not live, then I would of course do this ahead of time and let it dry before I tried, whoops, let me turn this around, before I tried painting it. But I'm live and I need to go ahead and paint it for y'all. So I'm gonna just kind of go ahead with it and make sure that's on that wax paper. Okay, so hopefully it won't dry and like stick to my table. Okay, now we are going to paint this fun guy. So the way it works is that we have this like fun Peeps leopard pattern on the bottom. And then this is I call this the belly band piece, which lays over top. And this is what's going to hide your puzzle piece mechanism. And actually, when I glue this down, this is going to even further like hold it together. So if you do this piece, you're not going to need anything on the back of it. You probably didn't even need to like put the glue on the back that I did, because this piece by itself is going to hold it really securely. Okay, and then our bunny is going to go like that. And then I'm going to do our welcome up here. And then our Peeps is going to be like that there. So all the other pieces fit in the Glowforge without a pass-through door. You just are going to need to cut your puzzle piece mechanism. So that is how that's going to go together. Okay, so we're going to get our backer painted first. Oh, and this file is on sale until tomorrow night. So all my Easter files, anything like Easter related, is on sale, 30% off in my Etsy shop. And the coupon code is bunny30. And that is through tomorrow night, Wednesday night at midnight. So I've got some pictures of some other files that I'll pop up here on the screen in a few minutes for y'all, so you can see like some of the other files that are on sale. But this is a brand new one, so I wanted to put it on the sale. I'm using some Deco Art White, and I am going to just get this on here. And let me just real quick see like how far up I'm going to need to go with that. So I need to go, I just can't go past the top of the puzzle. Okay, so I want white on the bottom, and then I'm going to do some brown on the top. And I like to use a sponge because it just gets your paint on faster, and I'm impatient, so. And I know some of y'all are going to be like, well, I won't be able to see my score lines and see the pattern. You totally will. Just score it dark enough that you're going to be able to still see it through there. I don't know if you can see it from your point of view on the camera, but I can definitely see my pattern through here. So I'm going to do 2 coats, and I'm going to still be able to see my pattern. Not to fear. Okay. And then on the top, I'm going to do, yes, bunny30, all caps, no space, is the coupon code. Okay, so this is Waverly Antique Wax. So it's just a nice brown color that looks like a stain. And I'm going to do this on the top half. I used to do I called it the cheater method, where I used a baby wipe and some brown paint to make it look like stain. But I've discovered this Waverly, and I love it. So I've been using this. It's just like the perfect shade of brown without looking too orange. Like, to me, it definitely looks like a wood stain. Now my door hanger's sliding around because I've got it on this wax paper, so it's like a slick background. And then I just kind of take it at the end and just kind of go over it, lightly so you can't see streak marks. And that is only going to require one coat, is all that's going to do. Okay, so there's our stain. Isn't that a pretty brown color? I love it. All right, and since our white is not dry, I'm going to go ahead and paint my belly band here. I'm trying to make room for all this stuff because I can't move my door hanger without it coming apart. So hold up, y'all. I'm trying to like make room for everything. Normally I would take it and move it off my surface, but I can't do that right now. So let's put this up here and then y'all be able to see it. So I'm going to paint this piece blue, like a light. All these colors are really pretty and light today. They're like all pastel. Okay, so this is Deco Art Americana Whispering Turquoise. I love Deco Art colors. I always think that Christmas is my favorite season because of the colors. Like I just love Christmas colors. And then spring hits and I'm like, oh no, I love spring the best. Like the bright, cheerful colors are just so fun. But I think I really just love them all. It just depends on what time of year it is and what mood I'm in. Door hangers are definitely my favorite thing to make. I love always having something pretty to put on my front door. And I think I might be able to get away with just one coat on this blue. I think. We shall see. Okay, maybe a little bit more up here on the edge. Alrighty, I'll set that over here to dry. And let's do our bunny. I think I can probably get away with one coat on that white since I'm going to be doing that pattern on top of it. I don't know. I'm going to see here in a minute. All right. So our bunny is going to be baby pink. My chair is so creaky, y'all. I need to figure out how to make it not creak. This bunny is so cute. And I scored his little face on there. And we're going to do that in the brown because I feel like that's what they look like. That's what the Peeps candy looks like. So we're going to make him look like the Peeps candy. This pink would be a pretty color if you're doing something for a baby girl. It's a really pretty, like, baby pink color. So do you guys decorate for spring? Comment and tell me, do you put some spring decor around your house? I have put a few things out, but I need to go up in my stash and get some more stuff out. It's been kind of chilly here. We've had a couple of warm days, but not that warm for spring. Sometimes we have a lot warmer days in spring here. So hopefully April will warm up for us because it's been a little chilly here in Virginia. Okay, so we're going to let our bunny dry. And are most of the spring door hangers in your shop 3D? I don't think I have a door hanger that's not 3D, to tell you the truth. Like, that's what I do with all of mine. They have the laser cut attachments that you cut out separately and put on them. Is that what you're asking? Let's see. I think I am gonna do another coat of white on here. But yeah, I love the 3D attachments. I think that's the most fun part of being able to cut them with your laser. Oh, I do have a monogram one, like a monogram bunny. But that one you cut out the bunny and you cut out the monogram separately, and then you attach the monogram over the opening. There's like a circle opening. Just a second. Trying to make sure I can still see my pattern through here. So I don't want to do too thick of a coat, but I definitely feel like I need another coat of white on here. So comment and tell me, do you own a laser? Is it a Glowforge or is it a different brand? Do you have a Thunder? Let me know what you have. And if you like making door hangers like I do, my favorite thing to craft. You are very welcome. All right, so I think I'm done with my white, and I'm gonna do my welcome, which my welcome is actually also gonna be white, but we're gonna paint that. Let me think. I kind of want to do a paint pen, but I think that might be a little much. I think I might use up too much of my paint pen. So I think I'm going to do a paintbrush for the white letters. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Sandra says she has a Glowforge. Jamie, Judy, Matt all have Glowforges. Now, do you guys have a pass-through door? Do you prefer to not use a pass-through door, or do you not have one? Do you like the split designs? Like, does that make it easier for you? Or do you just buy your circles separate? The only thing about buying your circles separately on this file is that you wouldn't have the pattern scored on there. And that's really helpful with painting. Can y'all hear the birds chirping in the background? I opened the door to put my kitty on the porch, and when I did, I left it open so he could come back in, and we have a screen porch, and you can hear the birds chirping. It sounds like spring outside. Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad you guys like the split designs. So I'm including those in all my newer door hanger files. I have a lot of new files for spring, and I've started adding that option to the new files. Now, if you were organized, more organized than I am, you would have painted this white before you went to cut it because that would make your life easier, would it? Would it not? Um, I never know what color I'm going to use until I go to paint something. I like to change my mind. So I don't typically do that. I never do it, actually. I shouldn't say I don't typically because I really never do it. Now, what I do sometimes, what I do is sometimes if I think ahead of time and I know I'm going to want something white, I'll cut it out of whiteboard because I'll tell you the whiteboard is the best invention ever. I love me some whiteboard. But you don't want to use whiteboard if you're selling door hangers. I would use it if I was putting it on my own door. And the reason is because it's MDF and you don't know if somebody is going to have a covered porch or not. So I have a covered porch and I change my door hangers out a lot so they don't stay out there for long periods of time and they don't get wet. But whiteboard can't get wet. There's not really a way to seal it that I know of because it's glossy. So I don't think you can seal it. I'm so glad y'all like the split designs. Adrian, you do buy some blanks. So I actually I sell blanks and I added listings to my Etsy shop if anybody's interested. I have listings right now for 18-inch blanks, 18-inch round blanks in both shiplap and smooth. And you can choose whether or not you want the holes put in them to hang your door hanger or not. And right now they are packs of 5. The smooth ones are $40 for a pack of 5, and the shiplap ones are $45 for a pack of 5. And the shipping is free. So that is a phenomenal deal for these nice backers because I use maple and my 1/4 inch maple is truly a 1/4 inch thick. So if you're used to buying birch, then if you get your calipers out, I guarantee you your birch is not truly a 1/4 inch thick. It's a little thinner than that. Now, I could be wrong. There could be birch out there that is truly a 1/4 inch thick, but most big box stores that sell 1/4 inch birch, it's not actually a 1/4 inch thick. This is a 1/4 inch thick and it is nice and it's like thick and sturdy and it just feels more substantial than birch. It feels like a higher quality to me. So I get the maple at Lowe's and I love it. So if you need blanks, I think that's really the best deal going for quality blanks. I might have already answered this, but do you cut 1/4 inch for door hangers? Yes. I always do 1/4 inch for door hangers. Now, if you want to, you could cut your attachments out of 1/8 inch. If you just have a hard time cutting thicker materials with your Glowforge, you absolutely can cut the attachments with out of 1/8 inch. Or if you just want to be able to cut faster, because 1/8 inch cuts faster. But 1/8 inch wood is more expensive. If y'all know a good supplier for 1/8 inch wood, please comment and tell me because I spend more on 1/8 inch wood than I do on 1/4 inch wood. Way more. So I really don't want to use it unless, like, if I'm making a tiered tray, I use it because you don't want your tiered tray pieces to be like super thick. You love the maple too, Adrian? Yeah, me too. It's awesome. I'm going to do 2 coats on that welcome, but I'll let that dry for a few minutes. And we still have our Peeps word that we need to paint. So let me move this because I'm trying to stay in camera here and not move my backer since it's not going to be dry yet. So I'm trying to put things where y'all can see them on screen here. Let me move this. All right, so Peeps. Now, Peeps letters we're going to do in some different colors. So we need a little bit of that pink again. Judy, the maple is amazing. It cuts like butter for me. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it's gone up in price, just like all the other wood. All right, where can I set this? Where can I set it? I need a place to put it. I'm setting it like over here on top of my paper towel roll. Okay, so I'm using that same pink for a couple of my letters. Just hear the birds out there chirping. It's just so nice and springy. Matt, yes, I buy the 4x8 sheets from Lowe's. If my husband was watching, which I don't think he is, he could tell you how much they are because I have not bought them. He buys them for me, and he would probably get on me for not knowing my business expenses. He'd be like, "You need to know what things cost." But no, I cannot remember. I do know that it's over $30 a sheet, and it used to be 20 something. I want to say 33 maybe a sheet. I can't remember if that's right. And we buy a pallet at a time. And then we cut it with I don't know what the saw is called that he bought. It's a track saw, I think is what he called it. Maple for me cuts like butter, but the edges, even before cutting, are horrible and look the same after lasering too. I think it's your region though. That's really weird, Laura. I've never had that problem with maple, but I do know that sometimes we get more worked pieces than other times. There's sometimes the maple comes from Indonesia because we know that because it'll say Indonesia on the wrapper. I don't know where it comes from when it's not from Indonesia, but the Indonesian wood is the bomb. Like we love when it says Indonesia on it. We're like, oh, it's going to be such nice wood. Like it's going to be smooth. It's going to not be too warped. And there's always going to be like a couple of warped pieces, but it is typically not going to have a lot of those like football shaped cutouts. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? My yellow is clogged up. Shaken down. So this yellow is called Banana Cream. It's a little bit clogged. And this is deco art as well. I need some smaller baby brushes here. Where are my little bitty brushes? This one's pretty small. I'm so sorry. I don't know why your wood's like that. That's terrible. Ooh, I like this yellow, you guys. I haven't used this yellow in a while. This is going on like way thicker than most yellow. What did I say this is called? Banana cream? Yeah, banana cream. It's a pretty yellow too. Yeah, a lot of yellow does not go on nice and thick like this. If you get a chance sometime could you find the link for me? Yes. We do not buy it online though. We go in the store and get it. So I'm assuming that the link is going to be the same. you know, online as it is in the store. Right. Okay, so we are going to do purple. This is Lilac Meadow. For this E. And this purple goes on really nice too. This is one of my favorite, like light lilac colors. All right, and then the last pastel color we're going to use is going to be Jadeite Glass, if I'm saying that right. And this one I haven't opened. I wonder if I have one that's open. No, I have a Sage Mint. That's not open either, though. Here's one. I knew I had one that was open. This is the Jadeite Glass. Oh, that came squirting out. And this is not very thick, but we're going to do 2 coats. So it's going to be fine. But I remember that color not going on real thick. But it's pretty. It's a pretty pastel color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2 coats on the lettering because that way I'm done with my lettering when I finish my pattern. I don't have to go back and do another coat then. So we're going to go ahead and do another coat on this welcome in white. So I am making broccoli cheddar soup for dinner. Has anybody ever made broccoli cheddar soup? It's a knockoff Panera recipe. So I hope it's going to be good. We do a girls' night once a week. So my friends are coming over. It's my night to host, or my week to host. And I am making, so I've been into making TikTok recipes. Do you guys find TikTok recipes entertaining? Have you made any? Comment and tell me if you've made some TikTok recipes. I stumbled onto what they apparently call food talk. And it's been a rabbit hole. So I'm getting a little bit, I had to cut this welcome twice. And so I'm getting some like are mixed in my paint. So that's why I'm going back over. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I'm just trying to make sure that like I get a nice coat of white on there. Normally that doesn't happen, but I think I needed to pin down that piece of wood a little bit better. And it just was like one part of the letter that didn't cut all the way. So I had to cut the entire word again. It might have just been a glue pocket in the wood. Who knows? Because this piece of wood was actually pretty flat. But I should have wiped this word down before I painted it, and now it's too late. Now I'm seeing some char in here, but that's okay. This is just going to go on my front door. Baby wipes are good if you're wondering what you can do to wipe them down before you paint. That's what I usually do if I think about it and plan ahead. So the TikTok recipe that I'm making tonight is a fruit salsa and cinnamon chips, like cinnamon sugar chips made out of tortillas. Except that I'm cheating and I'm buying cinnamon sugar pita chips. But I am making everything else. I'm making the soup. I'm making the fruit salsa. And then last night I made the Dijon dressing. If y'all have ever made the TikTok Dijon dressing, when you have a little bit of Dijon dressing left in your bottle and you don't want to throw it away, so you mix in some ingredients and then shake it up and you've got a dressing. And it was like vinegar, oil, garlic, shallots, and maple syrup and salt and pepper. That's what got mixed in there. That was actually really good. In your light burn, next time use preview. Oh, there goes my camera. Oh, if you know, you know. Wonder if I'll have to switch it again when I pull it back up. Come on. Come on. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me just a sec. Let me flip the camera so it's not sideways. My camera does this. I don't know why. We don't know why it does this. Okay, so now it's flipped. Now I got to figure out how I did it the first time. There we go. Okay. In your light burn, next time use preview to move it forward to the spot that needs cutting, and you can start and stop for that section only. Oh my gosh, Laura. Okay, girl, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to figure that out because I did not know you could do that. I know I can just select certain things that are laying on my bed to be cut, but I didn't know that I could like start and stop it on one single piece at different points. That I did not know. So I'm gonna have to figure that out because that would be very useful. Thank you for that tip. That's awesome. Hopefully there's a YouTube video out there showing me how to do that. All right, so I think we've got our welcome painted. We're gonna have to do some touch-up work on here for sure. All right. And I think we're going to need to do a second coat. I think we can get away with the one coat, except for the green. I think this green is going to need 2 coats. You honestly do learn something new every day in Lightburn, though. Usually I learn the new things by mistake because I click something accidentally. That's learned. I click something accidentally that I need to unclick and I have to figure out what I did. It's much easier for cutting and engraving. That is so awesome. I am so excited to know that that exists. Very cool. Okay, let's take our bunny and do his little face while we're thinking about it. And I'm just going to use a paint pen for that. Where are my paint pens? Here they are. Okay, so this is a brown, dark brown pasta pen. And I've got his little face scored on here. So I'm just coloring in the lines. That's all I'm doing. Okay, there we go. His little face is all colored in. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now we get to paint the pattern. Let's see how long this is going to take. I'm interested to see. What time is it? Let me move this. This is in my way. I'm going to put this back here behind me. Okay, let's move him so y'all can see me painting the pattern. Get all our pieces moved. Here we go. And I'm going to close up my brown so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so I'm thinking, do I want to do paint or paint pens? I kind of want to do paint pens, but I don't know that I have all the colors that I need. So I think I'm going to be stuck using paint, which is fine. That's fine. Let me think. I'm going to go light to dark. All right, so we're going to do our pastel colors first, and then we're going to do our brown on the leopard pattern. I think that'll work out better. Okay, so this one up here, I'm looking at a picture over here. I have a picture that I'm kind of I'm using to guide me with what colors. I made a mock-up in Procreate. All right, and then this one here needs to be pink. Might need to get an even tinier brush for this. And we're going to do this one here in pink. This is actually fun. It's like almost like a color by number. All right, which one is this? This is this. No, this one. Do you remember this color by numbers when you were little? And it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. If you don't stay perfectly in the lines, it's a leopard pattern, okay? So it does not need to be perfect by any means. Let me move my glue so I can see the rest of this picture. All right, and then can you see what I'm doing here? You cannot see what I'm doing. I need to move my computer. There we go. All right, so then we got this one down here. Yeah, this is not a perfect thing. It's kind of an abstract sort of thing, so we don't need to be perfect. And then in here, so I'm just going to dab a little paint in there. And I think that might be all the pink that we do. All right, so we can move on to our next color. So we're going to do the baby blue. Shirley, I'm going to be posting the free file for April this afternoon. I have not gotten around to it. I had a bunch of computer stuff I needed to get to this morning, and I had a Zoom meeting. So I am going to be posting that later on this afternoon, pending any unforeseen disasters. I will get that posted. This is one of those designs that's going to look like a hot mess until it's all done. And then it's going to all come together at the end, right? You're going to be like, what in the world is this hot mess that she's painting? I should have done it as a complete mystery, like not shown y'all what it was until we were, until we painted it. Y'all would have been like, what in the world? So comment and tell me if you're still into leopard. I love leopard. I'm wearing a leopard shirt, so obviously I love leopard. Where do we need to go next? This little guy up here. Yeah, I'm still buffalo, check, and leopard for me. I can't give them up. They're just too much fun. And we have another blue bunny here. This is not a quick design to paint, but it's a fun design to paint. All right, do we have any more blue? Blue, 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 blue. I think that's all the blue. Okay, moving on. Now we're gonna do purple. Let's do our purple next. Have you ever tried the 1/4" revolutionary plywood? Matt, the revolutionary plywood I used to use years ago when I was making door hangers before I had a laser. So when I was cutting out door hangers with my jigsaw, I used revolutionary ply. Don't get mad at me, but I'm probably not going to say anything real nice about revolutionary ply. I don't think it's very good quality. If you're just cutting out general shapes and you're not doing letters and attachments and things, I think it's fine. But if you're cutting wood with a laser, and I mean, this is just my opinion, but if you're cutting wood with a laser and you're doing attachments, I don't think revolutionary ply is your material of choice. But you do you. If you like revolutionary ply, you go right ahead. If you, maybe yours is better than mine. Mine is like cheap plywood. The stuff in my Lowe's or Home Depot is just the cheapest of the cheap, and it does not cut nicely. It's got a lot of, it's very rough. It's not smooth, and it's got a lot of flaws in it. So I'm just not a fan. But like I said, I mean, just like Laura said, she gets a completely different maple from what I get. So maybe that's just what's near my house. So I don't know. Oh, you don't like it either? Yeah, I'm just not for laser use. Okay, I think is that all the green? I think that's all the green. Okay, so we're gonna do yellow. I consider myself a little bit of a wood snob, which is why I like the maple so much. I could probably get some birch or some revolutionary ply and sell cheaper quality cutouts, but I just don't want to do that. I all my cutouts are cut out of the maple because I feel like it's just really nice. This down here, this little guy is yellow. And this little guy up here is yellow. Okay, and then, oh, we missed a pink bunny. I was like, how do we not have, we missed a pink bunny. That's what we did. And then we need to do purple. Oh, Shannon, that stinks. Did you try ordering it? They might be able to order it for you. You really need to go to the Pro Desk. That's the only place that's really going to help you, as far as my experience goes there. Lucky for me, my husband handles the wood supply, but he goes to the Pro Desk. And they load it up on our trailer with a forklift. They put a pallet on there. So he orders it, and then he goes into the store and tells them he's there, and they bring it out around the back with a forklift. And then we bring it home and we cut it directly on that trailer. I'll do a film. I should do a film one day. We need wood, actually. We're going to be doing a wood run soon. So I will try to get some footage of how we cut it. But we have that track saw. So we come home and we don't even have to take it off of the trailer. We cut it on the trailer. So we just unwrap it. Like we take all the, y'all hear my dog clicking around in here. He's coming in here. Hey, buddy. We just cut it directly on there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted trying to stay in the lines here and talk at the same time. And we put the track down. That's how a track saw works. It's just a plastic strip that's got like grooves in it. And we draw the first couple of lines. Like we take some pieces that we cut from the last time and we lay them down, and we use that to mark our next cuts. And I have a 35-inch laser. So the way that we do it is like we have a 4x8 piece of wood, and we cut it at 3 feet, and then we cut it again at 3 more feet. And then the leftover piece at the end is 2 feet. And, and then the other direction is the 4 feet. So 3x4, 3x4, 2x4 is what we end up with. And that's what we use to, with our laser for the cutouts. It's hard for me to film because I'm usually actually involved in the cutting, but I can pull it off. I will, oh, I know what the problem is. We're going to cover, so we don't need to paint that one because that's going to get covered up by the bunny. And then we need to do the brown. I think that's it. I think those are all the pieces we need to fill in, and the rest of it is brown. Let's do that little bit right there. Yep. I think we got all the pieces. Okay, so now we're going to do our brown. And I'm debating on using that Waverly. I think I'm going to use the Waverly. I was thinking about using my Deco Art brown paint, but I want this to match down here, so I'm going to use my antique wax. Yes, I will film that for you. I'll see if maybe, so we have a friend of ours, his son, he is 15. He comes over and cuts my blanks for me a couple of nights a week after school. He's actually here right now because it's his spring break. He just got here. I hear him out there cutting, and he is awesome. But if he is here when we go to cut the wood, then he and my husband can cut the wood and I can do the filming. And that will be more fun for me, so I don't have to do the grunt work, right? It's not bad. It's really not bad. I don't mind at all doing it. It's kind of fun as long as the weather is good. we look at the weather and we're like, okay, what day is going to be our wood run day? All right, I'm going to probably need a smaller brush for this because I'm going to make a mess. Let's see. Is that a smaller brush? That's a little bit smaller. I need it. I need an angled brush, but I need it to be tiny because I'm addicted to angled brushes. I don't like any other brushes. Oh, that brush is still wet. I'm not going to lie, I'm second guessing my decision to use the Waverly because it's not thick. And I'm thinking I might have to go back and do 2 coats. And I don't really want to do 2 coats on this leopard pattern, but I feel like at this point I'm kind of invested in this. So we'll see. We'll see if we have to do 2 coats. I have to kind of see what it looks like when it's all done. Because it might be kind of a cool look, just like it is. Who knows? Like I've said so many times, a lot of my projects I really hate until I'm at the very end. And then I'm like, oh, I like that. But sometimes, quite frequently, while I'm painting them, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about this. It's just part of the process, I guess. And I'm by no means an artist. I did not go to art school. I went to nursing school. I don't claim to be a very good painter whatsoever. I just do the best I can. I really regret not taking art in school. I had a very practical. I'm not blaming my father. I shouldn't say that. If my father ever watches this video, I apologize, Dad. I'm not blaming you. But he's a practical guy. I'm not going to say he discouraged me from doing art because I don't remember ever bringing up the topic of doing art, but I definitely kind of thought in school, I need to do something that I know is going to, secure my future. And I was interested in anything related to medicine, but more specifically, I was interested in delivering babies, which is what I did as a nurse. So that's what I chose to do. And I loved every minute of it. It's very stressful, but I did love every minute of it. But I never considered doing anything artistic because in my mind, I thought, well, I need to make a living. But you can make a living doing art. You can. The road to getting there might be a little harder, but you can do it. This is coming together. I'm liking it. It is coming together. Luckily, leopard patterns are very irregular. Do y'all call this leopard or cheetah? I know some people call it cheetah. Super fun to paint though. Just have to kind of twist your paintbrush around and let it do the work. And let it, if it wants to go over the lines a little bit, just let it go over the lines a little bit. Because like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And remember, that's the one up there that I really don't need to color in because it's going to be covered up by the bunny. That's why it doesn't have any color in the middle of it. So once you get going with it, you go a little faster. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. So that's cool. And we'll just fill in the eyes with our paint pen. Okay, so we are good with our leopard pattern, and we can fill in our little eyes. So I'm going to take my dark brown paint pen, and these are scored on here so I can see. And I'm just filling them in. If you have a fine tip, I might have a fine tip dark brown. I don't know. Do I? I don't think I do. Nope, I sure don't. I have fine tip for a lot of the colors, but not brown. I missed one by the blue bunny. It's going underneath the pink bunny. That's why I didn't worry about it. The big pink bunny is going to cover it up. So I just left it. I'm having a hard time holding my pen steady because I can't put my wrist down. You know how you like to put your, well, I can do it on this one, but I like to put my wrist down when I paint, and this is still wet, so I can't do that. Okay, that's all my little bunnies. And then, yeah, this one is not colored because we're going to cover it up with our pink bunny here in just a few minutes. Okay, sorry, my eye's itching. Laura, you're hilarious. You're the student in the back who's being naughty. Girl, I don't even like have the audio turned up on half the videos that I watch. So no worries at all. And I'll be thinking the same thing. Oh, they missed a spot because I'm not listening. Okay, so I'm going to touch up my letters. So I have a Memento dual tip marker, and I'm using and this is just a black marker. I'm using the brush tip. You can also use a brush tip. I don't see one right now, but you can use a brush tip black Sharpie if you want to. And I'm just going to go in here. Can y'all see this? And I'm just going to kind of touch up where I really made a lot of boo-boos. I'm not going to make it perfect, but I'm going to do some touch-ups here and just make it look a little cleaner. And actually, now that I'm doing this, I'm going to need to grab a different pen because this one's kind of dry. So hold on. Let me see if I can find one of the Sharpie ones. I think, is this one? Nope, that's a regular Sharpie. No, that's a pen. I think this might be one. Let's see. Oh, that's a fine tip. I have so many pens in here, y'all. Where are all my Sharpie? Is this a brush tip? Oh, it is. This is a brush tip. Okay. I'm still getting char off of this word that I really wish I had gotten off before I painted it. Okay, so I'm taking my Sharpie and I'm just kind of fixing my boo-boos here. Not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than it is. This one's kind of dry too. I don't think this is the right pen either. I'm telling y'all, I had so many. I don't know what I've done with them all. I had a lot of Sharpie. These say fine point. Well, shoot. Shoot. What is this? No, that's a pen. I'm not having any luck today. That is so strange. All right, wait, what is this? No, that's a Stampin' Up! Marker. Lord. I'm trying to show y'all a trick here, and it's not working out for me. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to make do with what I have. But this is not the right pen. This is not doing what I want it to do. All right, what are we going to do here? Let's do... All right, bear with me, y'all. We're going digging. Ah, here we go. I had to dig. Laura says she's going to blame it on my daughter because she had it upstairs in her room. That is hilarious. My daughter did that to me one time. She's really only done it once where she had my paint upstairs and I'd forgotten. She asked me if she could use it. I just forgot. And so I am pulling my hair out down here trying to find some of my colors. And I'm like, you know, just like any other busy mom and business owner, I just have so many things going on that I feel like I'm always like losing my mind. But I thought for sure that I'm like, well, I must have taken it somewhere, done something with it. I'm like, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, it's in her room. It was like a school project or something. But yeah, you know, they're not allowed to use my scissors though. Those are off limits. Don't be stealing my craft scissors, my sharp ribbon scissors, right? Y'all learn from my mistakes. Get your char off. I don't usually have char. And I think maybe I just moved my board just the tiniest little bit. So when it cut the second time, it didn't cut exactly in the right spot. And this word right here is about to give me a nervous breakdown because it's got char coming off all over the place and it's driving me batty. So it's probably a good thing that y'all can't see what I'm doing here. I'm supposed to be in camera. Okay. We're blowing char off of our welcome piece is what we're doing. And we're not happy about it. Yeah, it's everywhere. Okay, so now this is going to work better because these pieces are not charred. But let me show you my little trick here. Let me do this. Because y'all can probably see it's going to be more up close. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so like that. See that beautiful edge? Look what that does. It just makes it so nice. So nice and clean. Yeah, if I wasn't live, I would have just gone and recut that piece because that's getting on my nerves. But you have to improvise when you're live, right? I know this is the boring part. I apologize. I'm trying to do it as quickly as I can. But as you know, you can't do it once your pieces are glued down. So we're fixing them now. This is why I usually paint my letters with paint pens, so I don't have to do this. I'm a lazy painter. Are you guys lazy painters? Or maybe you're prepared painters and you paint your pieces before you cut them? Two more letters. And then we can put it all together and it's going to be fun. Ooh, and then I have some beads to show y'all that we're going to put on the wire that are super cute. And I almost let Easter come and go without showing y'all these beads. And then I remembered that I had them laying there on my desk and I was like, oh, I have to use these on a project. They're so cute. All right, I think that's my last letter. Okay, so let's glue these down. Whoops, I'm seeing a paint run on our bunny. A little boo-boo on our bunny. Let's fix him up too. He's pretty good. This always makes me think of the TikTok video. Y'all don't think I'm on TikTok all the time. You know, the who's gonna know? No one's gonna know when I'm doing the Sharpie on my edges. No one's gonna know. That's what that makes me think of. Okay, we're tossing this. We're just gonna toss it. And hopefully I can take this wet paper off now that's getting on my nerves. Okay, so all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that because now I'm back to my comfort zone here. This is how I normally am. So now I don't feel like I'm constantly off camera trying to fix things. I was hoping that would be helpful. I'm not sure that it was, but we'll see. Okay, so let's get this in camera. Y'all are getting, I'm sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. There, now I can move it over a little bit where I have room. Why is that crooked? Oh, the camera's crooked. Duh. Okay, still looks crooked. It's not crooked for me, it's crooked for y'all. Why is that? Why? Okay, there we go. But make it straight for me, it's crooked for y'all. Don't ask. I don't know why. I'm being pretty OCD today, y'all. I apologize. There. Okay. You're a lazy painter. What is that Sharpie called? The Sharpie is a brush tip, just a brush tip black Sharpie. Okay, so we're going to put our pieces together. So our bunny, let's lay everything down. Hopefully it's dry enough to lay everything down. All right, let's do our welcome. Oh. I almost forgot. Lordy, we got to cover up our puzzle piece. We got to put this down. Okay, so I'm going to have to stand up because I'm never going to get it on straight if I don't stand up. All right, I'm taking my stick fast. Stick fast thick. I know y'all are going to ask, what glue is that? It's Stick Fast Thick. You can get it on my supply list, which is linked in the video description. There's a link to my supply list on Amazon. All right, I'm going to stand up because I got to get this straight. I think that's straight. I'm trying to get it straight with the holes. It might not be straight to you on camera, but it's straight to me in real life. And that's what we have to go with. Okay. I see another boo-boo I have to fix. That's a pretty bad one on my welcome. Okay. All right. We have our welcome up here. And then our bunny over there. And then our peeps. So we're going to do yellow first. Peeps. Here. See how it all comes together at the end? I question it every time, y'all. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this one. And then I love it. Love it. Okay. Cute. How cute is that? Oh my goodness, I love it. See, and that bunny covered up that one that we didn't paint all the way. All right, so let's glue all these pieces down. Oh, we have to glue the blue. Oh no, we glued the blue thing. Y'all, I'm losing my mind. Actually, I can see that it's not gonna, we're gonna have to hold it down for a minute here because it's not wanting to stay. So, oh, you know what I can do? While this is drying, while I'm holding this down, I can show you the other files that are on sale. Okay, so let's go down here. I can reach my computer. Where is it? I added pictures where I put them. Okay, so like I said, all Easter files are 30% off through tomorrow night, Wednesday night at midnight in my Etsy shop. Use code BUNNY30, BUNNY 30, all caps. And I'm only showing you some of the files. There's more files than this, but I'm showing you like my top sellers that are on sale. So we have this spring tiered tray that is super cute. Now, some of my customers painted these for me, so I don't have their names written down, but they did a fantastic job. This is the Peeps tiered tray set. And then we have the Easter Bunny gnome, which comes with a little mini gnome next to him. If you can see there, that comes with a little extra gnome, and he's for your tiered trays. He has a backer, so he's solid on the back for your tiered trays. This is one of my favorites, the Welcome Spring Rainbow Bunny door hanger. I painted this one live. Well, actually, I painted the Gnome Bunny one live too, but that was last year. This year, I painted this one. So that's on my Facebook page like fairly recently. This one is new. I have not painted it yet, but I love it. I love leopards. So this one's super simple. It's not going to take a long time to paint. It does come in the split design. So does this one. They come in the split design if you need that option. Then there is, this is the letterboard for Easter. So if you have been collecting my letterboard sets, this is the Easter one, and that one is 30% off. Then we have the bunny tags. Not bunny. They're not bunny. Sorry. There's an Easter egg and a carrot tags. And this is also one of my favorites. And I painted, I don't have a picture of the painted one pulled up for y'all today, but I did paint this one live as well on my Facebook page, and I love it. It is so much fun to make. So those are just a few of the ones that are on sale on 30% off until tomorrow night. Okay, let me go back so I can see y'all's comments. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna stick. No, it's still wanting to come up. We need to put something heavy on top of it. All right, so I tell you what, I'm gonna probably have to let this dry and put something heavy on top of it. Well, I can go ahead and glue. I can probably glue these down and then do that, and it'll still stick. All right, let me glue my bunny on because I'm going to show y'all this. Oh, shoot. I put glue where I didn't need glue. Don't do that. Y'all see what I did? That's all right, though. No big deal. Okay. You don't need glue on the entire back of that. Because I want to show y'all my wire hanger and the cute beads that I want to put on it. So we got to get these pieces on here. Let me get these spaced out right. I'm still blowing char off, y'all. It's making me nuts. Can't stand it. Okay, so all the pieces are glued down. Now let's take some heavy things and just set them on here so that that blue band will, this one's really heavy. I'm going to put this one in the middle. All right, we're going to do that. All right, so that's how we're going to do that. Now, let me turn this around so I can get the wire on it and show you all the beads. Oh, Laura, you've got all kinds of tips. All right, hold on. Let me see. I couldn't get the spring door hanger to get the discount. It only gave me a discount on one item. That is weird. Okay, so I know that they're all on the coupon code. Are you using Bunny30, all caps? If you are, then my suggestion to you is a couple things, okay? Because every once in a while there is a glitch with coupon codes on Etsy. Okay, I can't fix it for you, but I can tell you what has worked for me in the past because it's happened to me when I've tried to use coupon codes on other people's shops. So I would log out of Etsy. I would restart my computer because sometimes whenever I can't get anything to work, I restart my computer. And for some reason, it fixes the problem. But anyway, then log back into Etsy and add the stuff to your cart and then see if it works again. And I'm sorry to tell you have to do that, but I don't know why Etsy coupon codes do that sometimes. I'll check it. I'll double check it when I get off here, but I'm like 99% sure that all the Easter files are on there. I know the ones that I showed you are on there for sure. So I don't know why that's happening. I apologize. Okay. I'm using my 17 gauge wire. So I'm going to pull off a piece of wire about yay long. That's what, maybe 18, 20 inches long-ish. Hold on to your wire so it doesn't go flicking around and poke you in the eye. Ask me why I tell you to do that. All right. So I'm gonna pull this back here where you can't see it for a minute because these bottles are sitting on it and I can't lift it up. All right, so we are gonna. So I've fed it up through the bottom. Okay. I'm sorry, those are weighing down my blue band. If you're just joining and you don't know why they're there, that's why they're making everything stay in place. Okay, so I fed my wire through the bottom and it's coming up through the holes. All right, and then I'm just going to take my little snips and I'm going to twist them down and make curlicues. And I'm twisting that one out and then I'm twisting this one out the other way. So towards the outside of your door hanger. That is the way I like to do it. Twist, 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 making curlicues. I forgot to put the beads on. Y'all, I forgot to put the beads on. The whole point of me showing you that. Sorry, hold on. All is not lost. We can still do it. We need to pull it out of one side. hold the phone. All right, so. All right, before we do that other side, we're going to put these beads on. So this little bag of beads came from Amazon. I will link it in the comments when I get off here. I don't think it's on my supply list. I don't think. It actually comes with twine, okay, which is really nice. I don't need the twine for this, but you could use twine if you wanted to. And these beads are so freaking adorable. It comes with these little gingham flowers, these Easter eggs, and then like little round beads that have like flowers. Some of them are just solid. Some of them have little flowers on them, and some are just solid. Okay, so wait. So Lori gave me another tip. Let's see. If you get shiny spots from the glue, spray the project with a crystal clear matte spray, and it'll get rid of the shiny spot. That is so good to know. So I normally spray mine with a shiny coat. So that, I don't know if this is going to go through here though, now that I've bent this all up. Let me see. I might have to start over with another piece of wire. I'm challenging myself today. Okay. So let's just kind of alternate and do different ones. But they're so stinking cute. I hope they're not out of stock for y'all. I hope they still have these in stock. I did buy them probably like a month ago, and they've been sitting here on my desk, and I kind of forgot about them. And then I was getting ready to make this door hanger, and I was like, oh, I need to get those beads out. Because they just add a special touch. But don't do what I did and get your wire all bent up. Hold on, I'm just going to cut this little end off. Lesha, is it Leisha? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Comment and tell me if you get it to work. I'm sorry. I will be glad to help you as soon as I am off of here. What color do we want next, y'all? I don't know if I'm going to use the little tiny ones. I think I'm going to stick with the, here, let's do another, that one. And we need pink though. Let's do a pink flower. And let's see, maybe a green or a blue round one. I'm using Christmas scissors to open my Easter beads. But I love those scissors. They're so sharp. We need a green. Is that a green flower? We need a blue flower. A blue flower. Let's do a green bead. Look, it happened twice in one video. That's never happened. I've been on here a long time. Low battery. I just charged this phone. I guess I've been on here that long. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a couple more beads on here, and then I'm going to hold it up because it should be good by then with that piece in the center. So just hold the phone here for just a minute, y'all. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I've got beads everywhere rolling all over my desk though, because I need to put them in a container. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up for y'all. Let me get these paint cans out of the way and Mod Podge and things and get this on here. So I've already shown you how to do this part. I'm just going to go ahead and put my wire through here and curl my ends down. And then I'll hold it up so y'all can see instead of having to refix the camera again. Okay. How cute is that, you guys? Whoops, I'm trying to get it straight. Isn't that cute? And see the little handle? Can you see it? It is just the cutest little beaded handle. I love it. I love putting beads on handles. It's kind of my new little thing. Okay, so there's the finished product. I will take a picture and post it, but I absolutely love how it turned out. I'm so excited about this one. And I know, Laura, it's a first. The camera's never cut out twice. All right, thank y'all so much for joining me and hanging in with me for a long video. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.